Okay, guys, so today we will begin by reading a book. Can you guys point to the title? Yeah, it's called Plants Can't Sit Still. What do we know? Where do we know where plants come from? They come from seeds, right? Show me a seed. And then they what? They grow. Yes. Do plants jump? Is that why they can't sit still? No, plants don't jump, but they do move when they grow. So what else do you see on the cover? We see some blue flowers and some green leaves. Hmm. Okay, so our author is going to be Rebecca E. Hirsch, and the illustrations, the drawings are done by Mia Posada. So the person who wrote the story is Rebecca, and the one who drew the pictures is Mia Posada. Okay? Okay, so I want you guys to read the words with me, the ones that are in a different color, okay? Let me go back to the first page. Okay, so you guys are going to read the words that are in a different color when I read them, okay? So plants don't have feet or fins or wings, yet they can move in many ways. Look closely and you'll discover that plants can't sit still. So I want you guys to think about that. Talk to a partner. Why do you think plants can't sit still? Hmm. And how do they move? Or why do they move? Okay. I'm going to call on a person that wants to share. Okay. So just think about that. I'll give you guys about 20 seconds. Okay. So then I would give them that time. And then I would call on a student, hypothetically. Plants move because they grow. Yeah, good job. Okay. Plants can wiggle as seedlings start to grow. They squirm out of spring soil, unfold their leaves, and reach for the warmth and the light. What kind of light do plants need to grow? Do they need light like the one that we see in our classroom, the light bulb? They could, but no, not that type of light. Where did we put our plants when we wanted them to grow? By the window. What kind of light were they getting? From the sun. Yes, so they need the sunlight to grow. Okay. Plants can creep. They slither underground or crawl through the tall grass, searching for the things that all plants need. Say these with me: water, sunshine, and room to grow. Isn't that kind of like us? We also need water. Sunshine is like their food, right? So we also need food. And we also need room to grow, to turn into adults, right? hmm So what do they need again? They need water, sunshine, and room to grow. hmm As they search, plants can climb a fence or walk up a wall. Plants can hide from a hungry grasshopper or surprise a fly. Ready? Snap! Does anybody know what this plant is called? Or have you guys seen it? Yes, it is a Venus flytrap, and it does actually trap little insects or flies. So it has its like mouth open, and then when they see a bug, they snap. hmm Some plants sleep at night, leaves nodding, flowers folding. Flowers folding is kind of like when we take a nap, right? We close our eyes. So the plants are doing the same thing at night because what? There's no light, there's no sun. So they go to sleep. But then others wake with the stars and lift their faces to the moon. Plants can tumble on a breeze, whoosh, as they bounce along, seeds sprinkle out. Oh, so how are seeds spread? We talked about that they're spread through animals. Yes, like bees. They spread the pollen and the seeds. And but also, what is this plant doing? We see it a lot here in the desert. It moves because it's windy. And when it moves, it spreads the little seeds. hmm Plants even explode. They fling their seeds into the world to make new plants. Oh, they also do this to spread the seeds. A seed is a plant built for travel. Seeds can whirl like a helicopter's or float on parachutes or glide on papery wings, but they can't sit still. Hmm. Seeds hitchhike on your sock or on a fox's bushy tail. They take a ride inside a bear. Seeds set sail, splush, down the river, past swaying trees, into the wide ocean, drifting, waiting for what all plants need. Say this with me, guys. They need water, sunshine, and room to grow. Can everybody put your hands like this together, like a seed? And so if you give your seed water and sunlight and room to grow, it starts sprouting, right? So make a sprout with your hand. And then you give it some more sunlight and some more water and more room to grow. You plant it maybe in the ground and it starts to grow into a flower, into a tree, depending on what you plant, on what type of seed you plant. When the seed finds a spot, the seedling squirms out. It unfolds its leaves. It reaches for the warmth and the light, and it keeps on moving because, everyone, plants can't sit still. Mhm. Okay, so this is the end of our story, and these are just some more facts about plants. But I want to ask you, just so why can't plants sit still? Talk with your partner, okay? And then I will call on someone after, okay?